Welcome to the Born Detailer Podcast.
It's that time again.
It's that day.
Born Detailer Podcast. I'm Jamie Gonzalez.
Shad Stoker.
Bro, what a good day.
What a great day.
What's up, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling, trying to recover.
Bro,
shedding like a snake.
You set your guy up. You skipped out. You skipped town, bro.
He was trying to get a day off and he tried to blame it on me. So I showed up 15 minutes late. I got a timestamp in my parking that shows that I was there within the 15-minute grace period.
Did he charge you still?
No, man. He tried to say he was going to do a deposit thing. It was a tough situation.
But you already have appointments with him though.
Yeah, I had appointments with him. He's done some other work for me. He's a cool cat. I don't know what happened, miscommunication or whatever. But
dude, tattoo dudes are
hot.
Dude, I have a great. I'm not hating on you, Perk, bro. I'm not like nothing, but I freaking stood up my dude, and he's really hard to get into. And man, don't mess with your tattoo dudes.
Some
man.
tattoo artists are divas though, bro.
Oh hell yeah,
divas.
they are, bro. Like,
the guy that did my other arm,
one dude, I don't fuck with him no more.
It's
because, bro, it's over.
The better they get,
is done, dude.
The better they get, the worse they get. Like they think that they hold all the cards.
But detailers do that too, though.
Ooh, true.
The more busy you get, the more like arrogant you get, and you're like, because that's when it comes in. You're not really running a business. You're just like trying to feed yourself.
Yeah.
On a solo mission, and that's exactly what a lot of tattoo people are. Barbers, once they fill their
service
schedule,
people,
they just cut you off.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's watch this because we got so much hate. Let's get right back into this ammo video, and I think this is what Detail's gotten into.
Hey guys, on today's episode, we're working on this 2014 Audi S5, probably the dirtiest one in the country.
I wonder how he vets these. He's like, yo, man, this is a piece of crap.
People send it to him. He asked people to send him, hey, send me your crappiest vehicles, like, and then he picks and chooses.
Dude, we're so close.
Oh man, look at that. He's pulling out all the seats. He needs to talk about the specs, bro.
Right? Talk about the insurance.
Yeah, the insurance liability, but his pockets are so deep. He's like, yo, this is everything. Sign this right here. You should make every customer you're doing stuff like that, they should sign a waiver.
Or you should be covered. So to clarify, so we talked about this last time or a few episodes ago, and people went crazy. Like the liability. So yes, $5,000 was an exaggeration, obviously.
Yes, for you slow guys out there, you really slow. There's really slow detailer or whoever's listening. You listen to like 2 seconds and you're not understanding. The premise of the video is people don't charge enough. Anyway, go ahead.
Right. But that's the thing. Like that was the whole basis of that is people don't educate themselves. Just like the dude, we got this dude that was hating, and he watched a 60-second, 30-second clip and then made some assumptions about us without going and educating us and watching the full episode to realize what we were talking about. The whole premise was that is either charge what you're supposed to, get paid what you're worth and for the work that you're doing, or make sure that you're covered. Like people are like, oh, there's no liability in the seats, man. I said this in the comments, but the liability is, so think of how many times you've been in a rush, customers on their way, whatever, and you forget to put their sunglasses back in their car, or you forget to do this, you forget to do one little thing. If you forget to tighten down a bolt to spec, or you forget to put one on and they get in an accident and they go through the windshield, I promise you that a multi-billion-dollar insurance company is going to come after you and hold you liable.
And insurance companies don't play. Like there's not like, they're not going to be like, take your word for it. No, they have their people. They have a team specifically.
They have investigators.
Bro, like
trained investigators.
Just like was it last week? Or not last week, this was Monday. We had a Mercedes, we did a detail, coating, everything on it. And when he pulled it in, there was a bubble on his tire. One of my guys seen it. And then we went out, the tire was flat. And then it was like a slit. We didn't move the cars. I have cameras, every angle, like we're covered. But guess what? Trevor, my guy tells the guy, hey, you got a freaking,
flat tire.
Flat tire. No, it wasn't. Mm-hmm. He said that. But guess what? Just off of his tone and the way he was acting, I knew we had money in the deal. So I was like, dude, forget it. No worries about it. We do have it. When he picked it up, I showed him a picture of the flat tire. I'm like, it was flat. This is the camera. This is where it moved here. There's no way for us to do it. My guy said, but guess what I told him? I said, it was $380 to fix his tire. I freaking fixed it. But guess what I told him? I said, but would you please leave this experience, on you or on our Google?
Yeah.
You can take care of us.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to do it, but hey.
But you did what was right. You did what you felt was right, which is awesome.
I just get freaked out about that. So
right,
I'm traumatized.
So think about it though. Like if you hadn't been covered with those cameras, which is covering yourself just like insurance is, and he would have left here and gotten in an accident, or something, like he could have at least tried to come after you. And if you couldn't prove that was the case, it's just like with the seats, man. If you can't prove, how do you prove unless you're videoing it, you spec'd it to exact the specs, or you know, where people are on there talking about clearing codes for airbags and like, are you qualified to do that? Because if you're not,
no, they're not. That's why they're freaking doing what they're doing.
Right. So if you're not qualified and you don't have insurance, the reality is and this isn't theory. I'm not creating a story. There are people in the industry that have had this happen. They forgot to put a bolt on or didn't tighten the spec. Person went through the windshield and they got sued for everything they had. It ended not only their career, but their like all the money they had. It wiped them out. Like this isn't like, this is reality.
Well,
it can happen.
That, so you just don't want, not even that. You just don't want anyone else to get hurt. It's like nothing to do with like, I don't care how much money. I don't want to be in like about killing somebody or hurting somebody. Like I don't want that on my conscience.
No
you know
doubt.
what I mean? It's like,
no doubt.
Even if it's like, yo, like I'm not gonna go, dude. You hear all those crackhead stories when people are smoking crack, and you're like, crack kills. Like I don't want to try it,
right? Just to see.
No. People, that's there's a ton of drug addicts, whatever it is, what it is. But for me, that's enough. Like, yo, you see the crackheads down the street,
right?
You're like, dude, I seen someone smoking crack down the street.
Yeah.
Dead serious, bro.
I don't doubt it.
And I was like, dude, they're just right in the open, dude. I'm downtown Salt Lake, and that's what you see here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just is what it is.
But Utah's great. I love Utah. Like you see that less than most other places. Here's another thing that gets lost in translation is like, yes, covering yourself is great, but if not, like in 99% of situations, you don't need to take the seats out to properly detail a vehicle. The ones that we're using as examples, these guys aren't getting paid for the detail. They are using these vehicles as content creation methods. That is it. People aren't paying them. They're actually probably paying people or doing it for free just so they can have the content.
Yeah.
They're not sending that person a bill or an invoice. Like that's what people don't realize is they watch these YouTube videos, and I'm not hating on AMMO or anybody else. They watch these YouTube videos and they think, oh, I'm supposed to take the seats out. No, you're not. Not unless you're qualified.
Become the pro. Don't let this guy that does sometimes be the pro. Like, why am I gonna listen to some dude that you ain't in the grind every day?
You're not running a business. His business is YouTube.
But even that, it's like if he was running a business, he wouldn't do that.
No, he wouldn't.
He is running his business. He's a marketing or social media, whatever he's doing. That's his business. But the business is when you become the pro. You don't let a customer call you. I'm like, no, man, I can get that clean, bro. Unless it's required in some cases, and then you can charge accordingly. Then yeah, go ahead and do that.
And make sure
I wanted
you're
to watch the wheel thing. That's what it was really cool about this. Let's watch this wheel. Let's play it back up, and then I think when he goes to wheels, because I want to know your secret. What do you think? Because he's doing Brillo pads. He's using steel wool. He's going crazy. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, man, I don't know. That's a tough one because I mean,
are you a straight acid guy?
No.
I'll show you the in-depth process
What do you like?
later in
So,
detail.
honestly,
With the
like
car up in the air,
I don't run into situations like this very often. Again, this isn't a regular.
I feel like I
situation.
see this more though. I see badass wheels just.
But like this, where the car, like literally, he talks about how the person, they had their caliper lock up and the person drove like 5 miles to get it fixed with the caliper locked up. That's why this one wheel was so terrible. But that's not like an everyday thing. No, so the way I attack wheels is, yes, I use an acid, but I don't use like your typical a wheel acid. I use like an iron remover, or P&S has it's Crystal Wash. It's not pH neutral, but it's a very, very slightly acidic wheel.
Like a brake buster or no?
No, it's more like Iron Buster.
Iron Buster, okay.
But it doesn't bleed. It doesn't smell, and it doesn't bleed. But it does. It removes the contaminants. So Iron Buster and those things are low pH. They're just slightly acidic, right? Mm-hmm. So you put those on the rim first and scrub it in and let it work. Then you put a high pH
What do you
product.
say like the dwell time on that?
30, 60 seconds. I'll usually spray a wheel.
If you leave it longer, what is it gonna do?
As long as you keep it wet, not really nothing. It's just like your iron removers, like Iron Buster.
Okay.
Like you can let it sit for a long time as long as you keep it wet, right? But so you put your Iron Buster or your Crystal Wash or your mildly acidic product on there, scrub it on, let it dwell just for a second, and then you spray Brake Buster or some high pH or alkaline product over the wheel and the tire, work them together. It helps, but they're not acidic enough to really need neutralizing, but it does help to stop it from working. But now you've got low pH. So most people go after tires and wheels with a high, either a straight acid or a high pH product. So by using something like
I use acid a lot still.
Yeah.
I like acid on door jams.
Yeah. Okay. But it's all the business model, right? Like, I mean, you're running a little bit different business model than a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't recommend, dude. It smell like it's really bad. You got to glove up. You should respirator
for your
up.
health.
Yeah, it's
It's
bad.
like-
No good. It's like you can't. Your eyes. People don't realize your eye is like worse than your fingers.
Yep.
Like worse than touching it. The fumes that break off and go into your eyes. Like I got into someone that just did the chlorine. We didn't do it, but our interior guys, they did a chlorine bomb in it. And dude, it's like you get in that. And I had to drive from the dealership over here. I rolled all the windows down, put the sunroof down.
Yep.
Bro, it was rough.
And that's not anything near what a will acid is as far as like
No.
strength. But
I can feel my lungs hurting if you don't literally, if you like don't do, you know, I know I'm like,
Don't do nothing.
I'm like this. I'm like, dude, this is not doing anything.
holding your breath. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't. And that's PPE is a whole different story, man. Most people, like Rene Doyle has a famous saying: "If it's on you, it's in you." Right? If it's on your skin, if you're spraying
He
it,
didn't make that up, bro.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, whatever.
He uses
bro.
it. He
Yeah,
just-
I've heard that.
He says it a lot. He
Yeah,
says
he
it a lot.
does
Is all I'm saying. But it's the truth. Like we're breathing, your eyes are exposed, your hair, you get it in your hair, you take it home. Like this stuff is not good. Like it is. There's really nasty acids in there. There's hydrofluoric, which will. Breaking Bad. Did you watch Breaking Bad?
No, I haven't watched it. Everyone tells me to watch
So there's this scene where one of the cats kills somebody and is trying to dispose of the body. So he puts the body in a bathtub and puts hydrofluoric acid
Oh, yeah,
in it.
yeah.
And it will eat away human bones and everything.
Yeah.
But as he's sitting there waiting for this to happen, it actually eats the tub. So the tub and the body comes crashing down. But the hydrofluoric acid, which is in a lot of wheel cleaners, is what you can just like dissolve a body with. That tells you how strong. Like, and it's cool. It's crazy because it works from almost the inside out. So if you don't neutralize it with the proper stuff, if it's on your skin, you don't neutralize it, it tries to attack the bone. So even if you rinse it, it still will work.
It's in you. Yeah, it's working in. Yeah, that's so scary.
It's just not necessary.
I think he was using what is it called? Steel wool. That's a must, huh? Clay. You have to clay inside.
Yeah.
Steel wool.
In that type of situation, yes. But the caveat to that would be make sure it's a wheel that you can polish.
Yeah, you don't
Like,
want to do it on a painted black wheel. No, we're not. Hey, you don't steel wool painted black wheels. Anything with a real clear, like a clear coat, you're not going to do that. If it's like an alloy or whatever, those look like they're just like a straight aluminum wheel or whatever. There's nothing. You don't want to freaking take it to the face and go to town. Otherwise, you're going to be pissed and you're going to have to polish. And most likely, you're not going to be able to get all those those creaks.
He talked about having he was planning on polishing. That's why he did that. That's it's okay if it's built into the detail to have that time working time, like to be able to do something like that. As long as you can polish it, still will. I mean, if you do it right, it's not going to make a huge damage.
Yeah.
But don't take it to, like I said, don't take that to a matte wheel. Like don't take still wool to a matte wheel.
Screwdriver, just get whatever it takes. And that's the cool thing about it. Like he's having fun. Like he's just like whatever it takes to get it done, just do it. There's not a rule. He's making that, and that's why he's so successful. Because I feel like he gets to try stuff that normal people can't try because they just don't have the, they don't have the pockets. They don't have
the time.
Experiment. Yeah, and the time. It's like, all right, dude, let's do this. Let's make it. Let's get it done. And that's the sad part about what detailing's gone to. It's either crap. There's no middle ground.
No, it's either too much or too less.
Yeah, it's like everyone's so quick to call someone a hack. And it is what it is. It sucks. That's what it's getting into. And like I said, I feel like now the industry is a stepping stone for detailers to get into something else. And I said this last time we were talking. It's like, let's get into this so we can figure out what the next thing is. But hey, born detailer right here. I'm not getting out. I'm in the game.
But those type of people typically aren't going to be successful because they don't have the motivation to be successful in the first endeavor. Like if you're getting into detailing to get out, to use it as a stepping stone, like I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, like you're not going to be successful because you're going to be focused on the next thing. You're going to be focused and your heart's not going to be in it. Most detailers that are good, that are successful, they love detailing.
Yeah.
It's a passion for them. They're born detailers, man. It's like they picked up a polisher for the first time. Like the first time I picked up a polisher, I was like, damn, this feels right. Like this is it. Like this is where I'm supposed to be. You know what I mean?
This is where I'm supposed to be. Let's talk about one more thing. Let's talk about things that people forgot or they're not utilizing right. Let's pull up this. I'll have you lead on this because you're way more. You know what's up.
Oh yeah.
These guys, bro. I like these. They cracked. I watched.
They did a good job.
They cracked me up.
That is an unsung hero. Yeah.
Koch Chemie in the house.
Yeah.
Or
This
Koch.
time
How do you
of
say
year,
it?
Koch Chemie.
Koch Chemie.
Koch Chemie.
My friend. Koch. Yeah, German.
Shout out to
German,
Koch.
man. Yeah, shout out, man. Look at that. We have some advertising space for here if you want to rent.
Right.
But I like those bottles are dope. Just off the look of it.
What's cool about it is it puts the pH levels on every bottle. It states there's a little number that tells you, like right there. I don't think that one has it because that one's not a pH. But anything that's a cleaner has a pH level right on the bottle, so you know exactly kind of what you're getting. And Polestar, I love one of their products. Polestar is great because it's a pH neutral interior cleaner, but it can be diluted so you can have a stronger version of it.
Polestar
right?
leaves like a nice sheen too. You
Like
know?
Express
Yeah,
Interior,
Express
but
Interior, yeah.
Polestar can be super, super strong or really, really mild. So you can dilute it. But this stuff right here is underutilized. There's so few people that use this, and it is a phenomenal product, especially a maintenance product. So what this is protection. So after you wash the vehicle and you rinse the vehicle, instead of going and taking a spray sealant like that and spraying every panel down, especially in the summer or if it's a maintenance detail, you have 30 mils of this in your foam cannon. That's it, 30 mils. And then
So you got to, will you add water or you just put
30 mils.
30 mils and then fill it up.
Rest water. So cost per applications is nothing. You foam it on the vehicle with your foamer. It takes 15 seconds to foam the whole vehicle. Let it sit for 60, 90 seconds, and then rinse it off. And you now have 30 to 60 days. I talked to Jason Miller. He's one of the I forget his title, but he's pretty high up in Koch Chemie. I talked to him today.
Did we go to lunch with him? No.
Yeah. He was at SEMA last year.
No, it wasn't SEMA. It was
SDC.
Yes.
Yep. But
Something
anyway,
good.
I reached out to him today, and he told me you can expect 30 to 60 days of protection out of that from a foam-on rinse-off. So if you've already got protection, you put a base layer of Defender.
I love how that works. I haven't used that one. I might have, but was it the hydrosilics? Mm-hmm. It's like that, but hydrosilic, people can hate on it. I like it, but it's the same when you sprayed it on. All of a sudden, you give it a second, then all of a sudden, it kind of reacts and comes off.
Yeah.
Heats off nice, and then you water it down. Yeah.
So a couple things I really love about this is, number one, it fills in fine scratches like an actual traditional wax. So it doesn't just protect and slick, but it's also super hydrophobic. So you foam it on, you rinse it off, and then most of the drying is done. So think of if you put a sealant on and then rinse the vehicle, how much drier it is. Yeah, same thing. So it helps to accelerate the dry time. So because most of the water sheets off.
So a lot of back end dealerships, when you go to dealerships and you're buying their protection package that they sell you for a grip of money, is a product like that.
Yeah, or you go to an automatic car wash and they sell you a ceramic seal.
Yeah.
It's similar to this. It's a foam on rinse off. They're same thing. But this is cool because
who's the big company that sells to like the car wash? I know you guys do, but what's like the big conglomerate that would sell that product to?
Like the chemical companies?
Yeah, like when you drive into like a Quick Quack or
so Diamond Shine is one, Lustra is one, another one is we sell Diamond Shine and
So have you just tried to get Diamond Shine in the spray bottle and go to town or no?
Yeah, actually. So there's there's a product that's called Ceramic Punch that we actually created a diluted version of it. So
can you use it as a spray like a drying aid?
No, you foam it on and rinse it off. It's got the foam is you got to have a little bit of dwell time for it to actually bond to the paint. So you foam it on, but it's
have
cool.
You tried it as a drying aid?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
My concern would be that it would be sticky, but I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Maybe you could do like a 10 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not even less than that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And what's cool because this you can even put through like a hand, like a IK sprayer foamer. You can put it on that way. But one of the cool things that they address that a lot of people don't do is everyone. Most mobile detailers, when they rinse the vehicle, the final rinse, they use their pressure washer. Mm-hmm. Use a hose. Mm-hmm. Pressure washers create beads which stick. Mm-hmm. When you rinse it with a hose, everything just sheets off and there's nothing left. They actually dry the vehicle with a hose in this. At the end of this, they put the protector wax on. They, instead of rinsing it with a pressure washer, they rinse it with a pressure washer, but then they take a hose afterwards and they remove the water droplets with a garden hose.
Oh, man.
Look at that. Take note, people.
Dude, so check this out. With my car, I literally don't even dry it until I get home.
Okay.
I just leave. I drive it home wet. And when I get home...
It's usually dry?
Yeah, because, I got 6 layers of Defender on there. 6 layers of Defender, boom, stack. Bead Maker. And then I also have...
Dream Maker.
And then I actually just sprayed... Because I had leftover.
Teflon? You put some Teflon on there?
I would if I had it.
Some Scotch.
I got all, bro. I got like 15 different things on there. So I'm stacking on there. I don't even know the stack, but whatever I had left over at the house, I have everything. I probably have some Koch on there too.
Yeah, just layer it on,
Whatever
man.
I got, dude. It's I got mad, but anyways, I don't wash it. I just literally spray it off. I do my wash, rinse it, and drive home. When I get home, it's pretty dry. Then I'll just go over and just do a spot wipe down.
Yeah. Man, detailers, if you have not tried your final rinse of a vehicle with a garden hose, try it. It will, I mean, you've got like 60% less water to dry if you do it that way. It's crazy. Like the water dish, especially if there's some form of protection on there, water just sheets off.
They can learn a lot from these quick washes, from like Quick Quack or Shine, whatever the car wash is, because the process that they do is, you know how you go into the stages.
Dude, chemistry is so important.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Do that, but do it on the way you do it. If you look at their thing, this is what they're doing. If you do follow that directions.
It's the order is so important. I'm glad you touched on that.
Order.
Like when I was down at that Gloss University training, Maddie, God, I always forget his last name, talked about it. But static charge, like these vehicles are constantly going at high miles per hour, and it creates a static charge on the vehicle, which makes dirt stick harder. A car wash tunnel. You can take the same chemistry, the same chemicals that's in there, and change the order and just reverse everything, and vehicles will come out less dry. There's a certain order in which the pH levels are supposed to go on that change how dry the vehicle is.
There's a product called like it's just like a static. Like what's the stuff we've been using? Anti-static.
Oh, paint gloss.
Yeah. So if you use that,
after
it's a static thing. It's like you got to.
Yeah, but the static charge is real, man. But so if you put a low pH and a high pH on, and then reverse it, high pH and low pH, you're going to get a different drying effect at the end. Like one way, like the low pH.
Yeah, so it's everything in the process. So what I'm saying
chemistry.
is like those guys know it, and they've paid. They know if you go buy a franchise, they can tell you from the people around like whatever city you are, they can tell you like literally getting within like 15% of the revenue that you're going to make when you put that there. So we're okay. Your return of investment is going to be exactly this because they know exactly the amount of it costs to do each and every car to like the exact.
Yeah.
It costs them to do, 30 cents a car.
And they pay people
40 cents a car.
a lot of money to figure
do
that out. And but that's the beauty of a franchise. So franchise, you might not have as much margin, but the guesswork is taken out. They literally give you a blueprint and say, do this, 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 and this, and you're going to get this. This is the return you're going to get. Or this is the success you're going to get. So, I mean, whether it's Wendy's, McDonald's, I mean, all those, like the McDonald's, it's the distribution that they make their money on. They make the burgers and sell it to all these franchises, and that's where they make their money. But
yeah, man. So that's what it is, man.
Yep.
We need to keep stacking everything.
Just stack everything.
Use more product,
stack
more product, and do your motto off of a Quick Quack or a scratch place or whatever.
Scratch pass.
Tunnel.
Yeah, tunnel.
Yeah, tunnel. That's what you need to do to be successfale.
That's it.
But let's watch this thing.
Yeah.
Let's
get into it.
Let's get this last video you got.
Oh man.
Dale Carnegie said, most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. Arise, champion. Now perseverance transforms average, everyday people into world champions. So the key to victory, the key to success is never giving up. And in order for you to do that, rise, champion, you're gonna need a strong why to prevail, a strong reason to keep going. You see, the more difficult your obstacles are to overcome, the more you must keep your reasons for succeeding in front of you. Vince Lombardi says, the difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but a lack of will.
Dang.
Man, dude.
Man, that hit me hard today. Boy, why? People, what I took from that, like the real focus of that was the why, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like people underestimate or don't put enough thought into their why, like why they're doing things. And I don't mean like why you go to work. I mean like your goals. Like people set goals like, I want to be a millionaire. That's great. Well, why do you want to be a millionaire? Because I want to be financially successful. Man, if that's where you stop, it's not gonna. The first road bump you hit, you're gonna be deterred.
Quit.
That's it.
Yeah,
like you have to go deep. You have to really know why. And I mean like at the root, why you want something, why you need something. Your why has to be so strong that it can push you when you can't push yourself. Like, because if you don't know why you're doing something, you're not gonna finish it. Like the deeper the why, the stronger the will. So like you really have to ask yourself at a deep level why you have a goal. So goals are phenomenal. I'm a huge advocate of goals, but you have to root that goal in a why. Because if not, you will never be successful. So there's this thing I want to do. I want to run with you, just to kind of really cement this in. So it's called the 7 levels deep exercise, right? So I guess let me ask you this: Why did you start a business? Why did you go into business for yourself?
The people I was surrounded with, I felt like I just wanted more.
More.
I always had I had a few bosses that are like I think I dream bigger for them.
Okay. So why was it?
And I don't know why. And I can't really tell you a why. Always had it in me knowing like I'm supposed to be bigger, or not even bigger, just
well, you said something. Let me ask you this. Why is it important for you to have more? Why was it important for you? Why did you want more?
Because I just grew up with nothing, man. Okay. That's it. You know, I grew up with nothing, and I'm not afraid to have nothing again.
Okay, you're afraid to?
I'm not.
You're not afraid to.
I'm
okay.
not afraid to.
Okay.
I just want the best for family and anyone that I'm connected with. Like that's it.
So why is it important for you to have the best for your family? Like why is that important?
Just because I feel like I've went through things that was unnecessary.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, we're protectors.
Okay.
I'm a protector. And honestly, now that getting older, I wouldn't take back anything that happened to me in my life.
That's phenomenal. So why do you want to keep your kids from having to deal with unnecessary struggles?
And it's weird because I don't want that for them. I want them to struggle because that builds character. Like, I don't want to take away every easy thing for them. I want them to get treated like shit.
Yeah. But you said unnecessary struggles. Like those are real life struggles. You had to go through unnecessary struggles, like where your next meal is going to come from. Why was that important for you not to have them know what that feels like?
Oh man, I can't even, because I've actually turned all that stuff to, like, for me, it built character. I just feel like, but it's still, I can't even tell you why it's unnecessary. Like, for me, I wouldn't change it because it's who I am.
Right.
And like, I've turned all negative into my positive. Like, yeah, I wanted to be poor. I wanted to get my car repossessed at 18. I wanted to freaking almost claim bankruptcy, at 20 years old. I wanted to get a house repossessed. I wanted, like, all that stuff at the time was the worst possible thing. Mm-hmm. But now I don't want that for them because it built who I am, but I did it. Like, I just, lessons, I can't even tell you.
So you don't want them to have to know the struggles. Like,
but I do, because it's what, it's like the thing is like, I walked up the hill and it was snowing 10 feet and I got, you know what I mean? It's like you turn in.
But that's real life stuff. That's not the unnecessary stuff. The unnecessary stuff is the stuff that didn't need to happen, right? We all need struggles. You're not talking about protecting your kids. Well, you said that. You said, like, you wanted to protect your kids. Why is it important for you to protect your kids?
I think I don't know, man. You don't want them to go through anything. You want the best for your kids. You want the best for your wife. You want the best for, it's just, you're just, as a dad, you're just the protector, bro. It's like, I don't even know where that comes from.
So what happens if you don't protect them?
Then they're going to learn some lessons, and they're going to have to learn how to climb out of it. They're going to learn how to self-motivate. They're going to have to realize, that, if this person, if they don't buy it for me, then you're going to have to get it yourself. Who's going to wake you up for school? People don't wake me up for school, but I went to school every day. You know what I mean? Like, I learned that on my own. I learned how to show up on time. I learned that I didn't have no YouTube motivation to tell me, like, go wake up early. I do that on my own. Like, I don't need you to tell me to go work hard. I do it on my own. I don't know why I do it, but I can tell you I wanted to as a kid. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to get to work on time.
Damn. So, I mean,
you know what I mean?
That's it though.
I do it on my own.
But you're like, so you said it, man. You're like, you had to be an adult before you were an adult because of, so you're like, trying to protect your kids from that struggle. Like there's difference between struggle and a necessary struggle. You said it earlier. Like the thing is you got to the heart of this really, really quick. Like waking up every day and having that why that you're protecting your kids from having to go through the unnecessary, heart-wrenching struggles that you and I had to go through, that most people, like a lot of people do have to go through it, but like we've talked, like we went through some really unnecessary things, man.
Yeah.
Like, so protecting, I'm the same way, man. Like when there's days where I don't want to do it, I go back to that why of like, there's no way I'm gonna let my son have to pick mold off of bread to make a sandwich like I had to. My son's not going to know that. And that's not me coddling him. Like he earns his. But that was like the heartache that I had to go through, open in my cupboard and realize the only thing that I could eat was the bread that had mold in it that I had to pick off. That's something my son will never know.
Yeah.
And
why though?
Why?
Yeah.
Because as much as it built me, it also broke me down. It broke me down to a point where I didn't feel like I was good enough until like just the last 5 years. Like it's been a journey for me.
Dude,
like,
I tell you right now.
my self-worth, realizing that what I was capable of, it took me a lot longer to realize that because I started in such a hole. So
You know what? It's funny though, because knowing you now, knowing you and becoming friends with you, I don't even see that. Like I could never think that you were like that because you motivate me every time we're together. That's all we do. We're around people that do that for each other. So it's dope that knowing that built you. Picking mold off, like people don't understand. It's like my snacks as a kid was, we used to buy peanut butter and we would just get sugar. We would do dipper, and that was a snack. That was our snack. We didn't make peanut butter and jelly. We didn't have jelly.
Right.
For some reason, we would have peanut butter. Like peanut butter.
Because the government gives that away. Just like the government cheese. I used to pick mold off of government cheese to have a meal to eat. And I used to dip it in whatever condiment we had left over just so it had some flavor to drown out the staleness. So protecting my kids from ever having to know, like they struggle, but they struggle in a good way. It's productive struggle. Mine was not productive. It built me, but it broke. I had to go through. I made a lot of really bad choices because of the hole that I had to dig myself out of. And I don't want my son. My son's got my son has a lot. My daughter's grown, so she's already off doing her thing, and she's phenomenal. I love her, but my son is young. He's got a lot of potential, and I have to be able to give him the things, the advantages that I didn't have. I don't give him everything, but he has the ability to play competition sports and all the things that I wanted, that I needed to do as a child. I had resentments against my parents for years and years and years because of the things that I didn't get to do. Yes, it built me, but again, it broke me down. It put me so far in a hole to start that it took me twice as long to pull myself out.
I didn't realize, like, there's a ton that my mom did. But then I didn't realize when I had kids that I was like, man, I didn't do nothing. Like I was a street roamer. That's what I was as a kid. I just roamed these streets.
Right.
That's it.
Me too. Because no one cared what I was doing.
But we're good.
I mean? We're good.
Now we're doing this.
Yeah.
We're living good. Life is so good.
Know your
guys.
why. Know your why. Go deep.
Thank you for watching. We're out here, boy. Dang, bro, another one.